The Senate will come to order. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, please invite the members in and close the doors. The minister of the day is Rabbi Akiva Males. He is a guest of Senator Kelsey. Will the members and guests please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Senator Kelsey. Senator Kelsey, you're recognized to introduce the minister of the day to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the salute to the Tennessee flag. Senator Kelsey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Rabbi Akiva Males grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and received his Jewish education at the Hebrew Academy of Cleveland, the Wisconsin Institute for Torah Study, and the Rabbinical Seminary of America based in Queens, New York, where he was ordained as a rabbi. And from 2007 to 2016, just this past summer, Rabbi Males and his wife, Layla, who is here with us this evening as well, lived in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where he served as rabbi of Kisher Israel congregation. Aside from his responsibilities at that synagogue, he also maintained the Harrisburg Community Eruv, offered meaningful Torah study opportunities to diverse audiences, and represented Orthodoxy to the broader Jewish and non-Jewish community. Those and many other experiences expanded Rabbi Males' horizons, deepened his Torah knowledge, and enabled him to better relate to Jews of all backgrounds and levels of observance. And so today, Rabbi Akiva and Layla Males are relocated to Memphis. This was actually in the past summer of 2016, and they are thrilled to be a part of the Young Israel of Memphis family, where he serves today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Kelsey. Rabbi Males, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of my wife Layla and my congregation, Young Israel of Memphis, I thank Senator Kelsey for inviting me to offer today's prayer. This is a great privilege. What a way to welcome a new rabbi to Tennessee. Before I share the short prayer I composed for this occasion, please allow me to briefly explain the context in which it was written. Aside from my congregational responsibilities, I'm also proud to teach Talmud or Jewish law to a terrific group of students each morning at the Margolin Hebrew Academy's Cooper Yeshiva High School for Boys in Memphis. Last week, the school enjoyed a refreshing 5-day trip to Jackson and then Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I was thrilled to accompany the group and bond with the students outside of the classroom. During our first day in Gatlinburg, I joined 2 other teachers in leading a group of our students on a short hike into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We quickly came upon some of the aftermath of the horrible fires that devastated Gatlinburg area just a few months ago. Our hearts and prayers are with the families who suffered so terribly from that conflagration. Towards the beginning of our hike, we entered a beautiful wooded area and followed a pristine stream while enjoying the crisp and fresh mountain air. We soon encountered several cabins and were shocked by what we saw. Some cabins seemed to have suffered no fire damage at all, while others were burnt to the ground. All that remained of those once beautiful cabins were their singed and lonely-looking stone chimneys, which were surrounded by horrible piles of charred rubble. What struck our group was the apparent randomness of the fire's damage. After all, in many cases, those cabins were only separated by mere yards. The cabins spared from the fires were just as combustible as those which were incinerated. Other than the grace of God, there was no way to explain why some cabins were spared while their neighboring cabins were completely destroyed. Yes, we must do our best to prepare, to survive, and to prosper, but ultimately it is God who decides whether our efforts will succeed or fail. In that context, I offer this brief prayer. Merciful Father in heaven, please gaze with mercy and compassion upon the noble and upright citizens of Tennessee. As you take stock of our great state, please comfort those families who were devastated by the recent fires in the Gatlinburg area. Oh God, please bless those families whose lives were devastated by the loss of loved ones in that fire and comfort them as only you can. Oh God, please bless those hardworking families who suffered such crushing financial setbacks from those terrible fires. God, you certainly know how large the state of Tennessee is and the needs of each of the many regions which it encompasses. Please shower your blessings of health, prosperity, and happiness upon her many citizens. Oh God, through our great democratic process, the proud citizens of Tennessee have chosen and sent our elected officials to Nashville to work shoulder to shoulder with one another for the benefit of our state's diverse population. Please bless these men and women with the wisdom, thoughtfulness, and spirit of cooperation needed to succeed at their mission. And finally, God, we acknowledge that as hard as we and our elected officials work to improve our lot, ultimately, it is you alone who determines whether or not our efforts will be successful. As King David wrote in Psalm 127, if God does not watch over a city, its guards stand watch in vain. Oh God, we have designated these elected officials to serve as our state's watchmen. Please, God, watch over our great state of Tennessee so that our elected officials will not stand guard in vain. To the contrary, God, please partner with our elected officials here in Tennessee's capital and bless their efforts with success. May this be your will, and let us all say, Amen.
Amen. Chairman Kelsey, you recognize.
I pledge